Hey, good afternoon, folks. It's Jeff coming to you from Florida. My shark is green because I'm going to give you some ideas on how to potentially be green tomorrow in a falling market. I was green on Friday. I intend to be green tomorrow. At least I'll do my damnedest to be green. All right. So I have a special treat for you today. This is a long video today. I'm going to post it on YouTube also, like I did yesterday. Yesterday I gave you ETFs that are bucking the trend. They're actually going up. So today it's stocks. And what do I have? A list here of 27 stocks. And I have a special treat for you because the recording I did today was from my Market Surge screens. And Market Surge gives you a lot of insight. But then if you don't have Market Surge, and trust me, I recommend you do. If you're going to be serious about this, spend the $150 a month. You can make it on one trade from the insight and the capabilities that you'll get from Market Surge. That is my recommendation. But in any event, I have 27 stocks that I picked. Most of them are oil and gas. Some are not, because oil and gas is hot right now. Everything else is cold, right? And I'm thinking that we've got another 2 or 3, maybe 4 weeks of this, what's going on in Iran to sort itself out, especially since Marines are on the way. And, I'm kind of predicting that we're going to seize control of Kharg Island. Um, that's the only way to bring these people to their knees. They're just religious zealots. Um, it always beckons back to kind of a story, and it's interesting. It's like who runs faster, the fox or the rabbit? You know, the fox is running for a meal, but the rabbit's running for its life. Okay, these people. I'm not going to underestimate these people, but I don't underestimate the American military. These people are these religious mullahs and ayatollahs. They're fighting for their lives. You know. We are fighting for not to get nuked by them, number one. Number two, what I'd like to think is that we would like their people to be free and not be bullied and hung and shot at and brutalized by this horrible regime. And then number three, oil. Remember, oil. It's the golden rule. He who has the gold makes the rules. So here we go. I'm going to attach another video to this. This is over 30 minutes long, but it's very informative. So I suggest you take the time and really look at it in detail. Okay. So good luck with the market tomorrow. We're doing our live at 4 p.m. this afternoon, and I think we're going to do it for 2 hours today. All right. All right. So I'm feeling froggy. So let's leap.
Good morning, folks. I'm going to go through the charts for 27 stocks, not ETF stocks, that I've identified that are potentials for this week. I actually own a few of them already, but I'm going to give you a little treat this morning, and I'm going to be sharing and recording here the Market Surge uh, screens that I use to screen stocks. Now, what you're seeing is stocks that I've already selected. I won't go through the selection process. That's a whole different, that could take at least half an hour. But I'm going to go through the stocks one by one, and then I'm just going to give you a little insight uh, or a review of the kind of information I have available. So the first one on the list is AR, Antero Resources. This is the chart, and I can scale the chart any way I want, but I have it back to the beginning of November, right? And you can see this blue area is called a prop. This is a pivot area. Uh, this is a loss area. If stock is moving down out of the pivot area to a loss area, you definitely want to be out. Above this is a profit area. So the profit area is not showing up. So Market Surge has calculated that there's quite a bit of headroom over top of this stock right now. So the pivot area is the optimum buy area. All right. So just to show you a few other things while we're on this stock, I can open up a little window here. I can see what the 26 and 27 earnings per share and sales estimates are. I can see what its composite rating is. It has an RS rating of 88, which is very good. It has accumulation distribution rating of A minus. A or B or even C means that funds are buying the stock, right? Which is very important. The other thing, it shows me what the relative strength rating was over the past 3 months and 6 months. And right now it's an 88. It has been a 97, so it's actually falling a little bit, but I'm not too worried about that. The other thing, if I flip to the weekly, it will give me even more information. And this is very important also. The short interest float, it's only 3.9%. Anything over 15%, that's worrisome. That means a lot of people are shorting the stock. Return on equity is great. PE is 26, relatively high, but that's okay. It's a great company. And the up-down ratio also, I take a look at. And where is my up-down ratio? Was it back on the daily screen? Let's just take a look here. Up-down ratio. No, I think it's here. I'm just not missing it right now. That tells me, oh yeah, here we go. Up-down ratio 1.9. That means for every day that it is down, it's up 1.9 days. So it's up more often than it's down. And then if I want to see some ownership information and more details about the stock, I can click here and I can find out which funds own the stock, if they're buying more, how many funds, and you can see this particular stock has been increasing. So back in March 24, 694 funds owned it. Now it's up to 786, and it's growing every quarter. So that's a really good thing. A couple of other things. I'll just close this and go back. One of the other nice things is I can find out who its competitors are, right? So it's got a relative strength rating of 88. Battalion Oil is in the same group. It's 99. New Era Energy is 99. Eon Resources is 98. So, it's not one of the stronger ones, but that doesn't mean that it's not a good stock, right? It's not as strong as some of its competitors. So let's just leave it at that. And let's move on. Okay, so let's go back to the daily. All right, the first stock is Antero Resources. I like this. It is definitely moving in the right direction. It's up in its pivot area, so that means it's a good time to buy. All right. Next is AXTI. All right. I like AXTI a lot. It has been down 2 days, but then it started to move back up. Okay. And these lines you see on the screen, on my other charts, I use red, white, and blue for 20, 50, and 200-day moving averages. On this one, since I have a white background, I use red, green, and blue. So this is my 20, that's my 50, that's my 200-day average. And I also use I put a 10-day moving average in here also. I like to see how it's compared to its 10-day. Right, but you can see it's moving up. Right. Next stock on my list here is BTU. That's Peabody Energy. Again, these are stocks. You can see it's had a nice elevator here. It's moving up into its pivot area, so this would indicate that it's a great time to buy. It had a nice day here, had 2 down days, but it's back up again. So it's a little bit volatile. I'm not worried about it. Energy and coal, and natural gas are great. Now look at Avis. Now Avis has been on a tear the past 5 or 6 days, but I will caution you right now. The reason it's been on a tear is it did have good earnings, and that moved it up slightly. But what happened here is that the TSA folks stopped getting paid, 2 weeks ago, and a lot more people are renting cars than driving. So I would be very cautious about buying this. I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to take a position. If I do, it's going to be a small position. Right. Next one on my list is Celanese Corporation. They are a chemical company. They are moving up very nicely. They are just getting into their pivot area, which I like. And look, you can see this. 3 out of the last 4 days, they've been up. They've got a strong RS rating of 91. By the way, I don't have anything on this list that doesn't have an RS rating. I think of at least 75. The stock has to be at least $10 a share. So this looks good also, Celanese. Right? Next on my list is Core Natural Resources. This one has been just moving really nice, and it is out of its pivot area. So it's really not the optimum buy, but I don't see the profit area over top here yet. So that means we've got a lot of headroom, right? And it's definitely out of the loss area. And you can see it's above all three of its moving averages. I wouldn't purchase anything unless it's above all three of its moving averages. Next on my list here, Coterra Energy, CTRA. Now, this one is up in its profit area, but what I will tell you is that there are a lot of oil and gas stocks that are way above their profit area right now. They are way overextended because of the war in Iran. All right, so this doesn't scare me. It may cause me to take a smaller position than I normally would. If we were down in here between the pivot area and the profit area, I may go a little bit bigger off the bat, so I'll be a little bit cautious with this one since it's already up in its profit area. All right. Next on my list here is CVI, CVR Energy, right? This one. Uh, there, you don't see a pivot area here. You don't see a loss area here because they haven't been able to calculate. The software hasn't been able to calculate it. But the deal is that it's moving up very nice. It's way above its moving averages. The stochastics down at the bottom look good. It's got an RS rating of 91. Let's see what its up-down ratio is. It's probably going to be pretty good. Let's see here. Up-down ratio, I think it was on the weekly, right? Up down ratio 1.39. So it's up more often than it's down, which is nice. Okay. Next on my list is Dino. All right, Sinclair Oil. All right. This has been kind of overlooked by a lot of folks, and it's doing really nicely. Okay, so you can see it's if we can calculate the loss and the pivot area, then the profit area is way above here. We just can't see it yet. So there's still a bunch of headroom on Dino, D-I-N-O. Next is Dow Chemical. All right. Dow Chemical has been rising very nicely also. Let me turn this off. And you can see, listen, 2026, earnings per share up 128%, 2027 up 303%. Sales are up, but look at this. Sales are up 2 or 3%, but profits, earnings per share are way up. So this is one that I would tend to, I already have some shares. I'm going to increase it. I'll be looking at this one for to go long in, right? I think there's a lot of future here. Next on my list is EC. This is a South American company. You can see that it is above its pivot area. Now it is, you can see here, it's meeting a little resistance up here. And that is a little bit concerning to me. I'll probably take a smaller position than I normally would, just because it might be running into resistance, right? You can see it bounced off of a number here. I can actually calculate that, or I can show that if I want. What was its price here? This day it was 1529 and 1501. So I might be a little bit cautious with this one, but it still looks good. All right. Next on my list is EPD Enterprises, EPD LP. You can see that it's out of its pivot area. It's moving up to its profit area, but I don't see the profit area here because it's off the screen. But it still looks good. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days in a row. It's been up. Now, this is pretty uncommon. All right. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a pullback in the next day or two. It's very rare for a stock to go up 5 or 7 days in a row. Very rare. All right. So this may caution me to just hold off a day or two and see what happens. All right. Next on my list here is ET, Energy Transfer. Again, look at this one. This one has a pretty good history. I like this, all right? So you see, it's down and then it's up 3 or 4 days. It's down and then it's up 2 days. So it's starting to move very nicely here. I like this. It's above its 10, 20, 20, 50, and 200-day moving averages. I like it. It just looks really good, right? And what you can't see down at the bottom here is a bunch of information about the stocks. All right, how have they done over that? By the way, every one of these stocks was up on Friday. It was up last week, and it's been up for the month, and it's been up for the last 3 months. All right, that's how I screen these. All right, so let's go back to LP, so I can pick back up where we left off here. That was ET. So next is FTI. Let's drag. Oh, that's right. You can't see that portion of the screen. I'm sorry. All right. So FTI looks really good. This is oil and gas, machinery and equipment. This again, you can see right here, it's meeting a little resistance up here the last 3 days. So I'll be a little bit cautious when I get into this one. All right. But it's got an RS rating of 97. I like it. All right. Next on the list is MPC, Marathon Petroleum Corporation. A lot of people don't ask about this either. Everybody seems focused on Shell, ExxonMobil, ConocoPhillips, Chevron, CVX. Not many people talking about MPC, which is Marathon. Now, Marathon is up in its profit area, but if I brought up ExxonMobil, you'll see it's way above its profit area. But I'm just focused on the ones that I think are good opportunities right now. Next is NOG, Northern Oil and Gas. All right, this one, you can see what the profit area is up here. So we've got a lot of room before we get up to the profit area. We just moved out of the pivot area. This is like the optimum buy zone. We're way above our 20, 50, and 200-day moving averages. The stochastics look good. It's moving in the right direction. So this is a definite buy for me, right? Of course, I always wait. This is such a volatile market. I rarely buy at like 9:30 in the morning after the market opens. I wait 10 or 15 minutes. But with the oil stocks, I may buy pre-market if I think it's a good deal. If the buy and the sell are very close together, some of these oil stocks, I may just buy pre-market. But listen, this is not investment advice. You do your own research. You make your own decisions. It's your money. You're responsible for your decisions. All right. Next is one OK. All right. That's oil and gas transport pipeline. All right. This one looks really good. All right. Again, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days in a row. It's been up. That's a red flag to me. I like the stock, but I may just wait. All right, see what happens on Monday. Pullbacks are normal. All right, you can see it had a really nice run up here. It pulled back. It's running up again. A pullback may be in order, but I don't know. All right, especially since I don't have a pivot area, a loss area, and a profit area. It can't be calculated for this stock. Next is PBA. Pembrina Pipeline Corporation. This one has a nice movement. I like it. It's just moved out of its pivot area. I see 3 up days in a row. Here was a pullback. 3 up days in a row, pullback. All right, but it kind of ran into resistance right here at 45.09, and then it finally broke out. So it's moving in the right direction. But again, there might be a little bit pullback. There might be some resistance to going over this. So I'm going to be cautious buying in. All right. The next, let's see, that was PBR. Let me move a screen around here. PBR, oh yeah, Permian Resources. All right. If you've been watching Landman, I'm sure you've heard about the Permian Basin, the area in Texas where all the oil wells are. So this one, again, has a nice history here. You'll see 1, 2, 3, 4 days and a pullback. 1, 2, 3, 4 days. Oh, what do you think might happen? 1, 2, 3, 4 days, pullback. Okay. 1, 2, 3 days, pullback. All right. So I'm going to be watching this one carefully. If there's a pullback on Monday, I wouldn't be surprised. All right. But at least I know what its behavior is. All right. I have an idea because it's showing me right here. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4 days, pullback. 1, 2 days, pullback. 2 days, pullback. All right. 1, 2, 3 days, pull back. 1, 2, 3 days, pull back. See this? 1, 2, 3, 4, pull back. Up, pull, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, pull back. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. This is great information. This is the kind of stuff you can see this on your own charts. You don't need a product like Market Surge, even though I think Market Surge is the best product on the market, and it has made me a much more profitable trader. Absolutely. I don't know how I could live without it. It's $150 a month, but I can make that on one trade. All right. Next, this one's kind of interesting. Smithfield Foods. Somebody brought this to my attention the other day. They just had great record earnings. Look at this, 60% increase in earnings per share. So we calculate what their loss is. They're way out of that area. They're up in their pivot area. This might be a good investment, right? Even though they've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row, they're coming off of like great earnings here, right? And the earnings were here. So that's what this skyscraper is right here, this big blue bar. That was the day that they had a breakout, right? 2.1% increase in volume, 441% on great earnings. And then for 3 days after that, it's moved up. This again, just because it's been up 4 days in a row, I'm not too concerned because there's been news here and earnings driving it. The next would be SM Energy. We're almost to the end of our list. I'll quit boring you with all this information. But again, you see here 1, 2, 3, 4 days up in a row. So I may be looking at a pullback. 1, 2, 3, 4 days, pullback. 1, 2, 3, 4 days, and a pullback, right? So SM Energy's on my list, but I'll be cautious getting in because I've got 4 up days in a row, and I might see a pullback, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 days, and a slight flat day, and I had a pullback. So, like I said, look at your charts. The charts will tell you a lot. You just need to take the time to read them. All right. There's a lot of great information here. And then finally, Sable Offshore. All right. This one showed up on my scan list. You can see here, look at they had a really nice rise here. Boom. And then they had a pullback, a couple days and a pullback. 2 days, down days in a row, up. They've had 1, 2, 3, 4 days up. And they're getting close to this 1925. That doesn't mean they can't go way above it, but we may see a little bit pullback here, but I like it. It's on my list. I may take a starter position. It's only $18 a share. I might just buy like 5 shares, $100 worth. See what happens, see if it does go ahead and pull back. And then if it pulls back, guess what? I'm buying more, right? I'll buy some more on the pullback, right? You don't necessarily, in this choppy market, you don't necessarily need to buy into strength. It's great to buy on pullbacks, right? But it's certainly moving in the right direction, right? So that is my list, 23 stocks that you can take a look at this week, all right? Good luck, everyone. Thank you so much.